back to our car series. Today we're going to be checking the pressure of tires. Now, I'm here again with my colleague, Michael. Michael, why is it important to check your tires?
It's very important to check your tire pressures on a regular basis. You don't want to run with underinflated tires, which can cause excessive wear and increase your fuel consumption. If you have too much air in them, they're overinflated, you'll also wear the center of your tires out, and because you're not using the full surface of the tire to road contact, your braking efficiency and traction will be reduced. So it's kind of a safety issue.
And how often would I check my tire pressure?
The important thing on checking tire pressures is to do it on a consistent basis. If you do it whatever you want to set it up as once a week or once every couple of weeks, I wouldn't go much farther than every couple of weeks. By looking at the tires, you can't tell nowadays whether they're low or unless they're really low, because they look a little low to start with. So it's better you should check them on a regular basis.
Okay, so how would I know that I need air in my tire if it's not that obvious?
Well, you'll know if you'll need it by checking it. So if you check it on a regular basis, you'll come up with that.
Okay, so how do what's the measurement? How do I know there's enough air in the tire?
You shouldn't go by what's written on the tire. That's a maximum pressure for a tire. Most vehicles, or actually all vehicles, will have it written somewhere on a tag, either somewhere inside the doorpost, and like on this vehicle. If you come in, it's written on that tag down there.
Okay, so for this particular tire, what is it I'm looking for?
Okay, you're looking for, that's going to show the size of the tire, and here is the pressures, it's the recommended pressures for front and rear. Now you can use kilopascals, but we're going to use pound per square inch because it's a lot more common in North America.
And that's what PSI stands for?
Yes. And this one is 38.
Yeah.
So we want 38 pounds per square inch in the front and the rear on this vehicle.
Okay.
Some vehicles will have that sticker. It could be in the glove compartment. If you don't have a sticker left, it'll be in the the owner's manual for sure. And if not, then you can always go online and find that there's listings of all the tire pressures for all the cars that are out there, and you can find it online.
What if I don't have one of these?
If you don't have one of those, you won't be able to check the pressures.
At all?
No.
Not even at that machine that has air in it?
But at the machine, yeah. The machines have those pressure on them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use them because I'm not sure how accurate they would be.
Okay.
It's better than nothing.
Okay.
But I wouldn't use that to check my tire pressures, because then you have to go there to do it, and you might not need air. So if you check it at home like on a regular basis, you'll find that maybe you never have to have air, or only once in a while. And coming into winter, the cold air will cause tire pressures to reduce, so you want to check it for sure before winter.
Okay, let's check this tire.
So to check the tire pressure, you have to locate the valve. Once you've located the valve, it has a dust cap on it that you can take off.
So note, this is a dust cap?
That's right, yes. So
what happens if you lose this? Will the air come out?
No, but it'll get dirty, and I guess if it got enough dirt in there, it could start to leak through the valve core.
Okay.
So and then what you want to do is you want to take the gauge, make sure that the measurement part of it is pushed all the way back in. And then you want to put it on there and just push.
This?
Yep, push. There you go, that's it. Okay,
okay,
let
so
go.
It's supposed to be at what?
You can let go, it'll stay there. So it's supposed to be at 38 and it's at 33 or 34.
Okay, so obviously it needs air.
So it's a little low on that tire, yeah.
Okay.
So at that point we would add air and then recheck it until it came up to the proper level.
Okay. And then you just stick it back on?
Put your dust cap back on and go on to your next tire.
What happens if I don't, if I put too much air into the tire and I drive off? Will my tire pop?
Well, I doubt it very much if it would pop or blow out. You'd have to add quite a bit of air for that, and I don't think if you're checking it as you're adding the air to it, you wouldn't go that high.
Okay.
So if you just go somewhere and just add air until it just goes and goes and goes, well, yeah, then you'd have a risk. But you should always have a gauge. Either use the one that's on the machine or have your own and check it.
Okay, so from what I've heard, you're supposed to also check the air in your spare tire?
Yeah, it's a good idea because if you ever get a flat, some of them are like the smaller donuts, and it's written right on the side of them.
Ew, that's greasy.
Yeah.
Ew!
We're using this as a spare. It's not the actual spare. It's a replica, or it's actually a dolly tire, but we're going to use it as our spare as well. And it'll have written on the side of it usually what the proper rating is for that tire. So some of them are like 80 psi or whatever it would be, and you check it and fill it the same way. They can be located in a number of places on different vehicles: in the trunk, under the back of the vehicle. If you have a rear engine vehicle, it could be in the front. Some vehicles don't have them because they have different types of tires on them. But if you have a spare in your vehicle, it's a good idea to find out where it is before you need it, because in that way you can check it and make sure you actually have one.
Okay, so going back to this tire, if I'm supposed to check the air in the tire, how long does the air stay in there for the spare tire?
It's the same as a regular tire.
So I'm supposed to check it ever so often?
Yeah, you would check that every once in a while. Maybe you don't need to check it as often as you would the tires on the vehicle.
Okay.
But I would check it at least maybe every second time that you would check it, just to be on the safe side, so that you make sure you have enough air when the time comes
and
to
that
need it.
sticker that says how much pressure to put on these tires, it doesn't apply to this?
No, it usually is written on the side of it, or
Okay.
it would be in your owner's manual. This doesn't have it because this is not a spare tire.
Oh, okay.
What I brought this for was to show the tread patterns on vehicles. So if you have your treads here and you overinflate and you have too much air, it's going to cause the center of the tire tread to stick out. So you'll find that if you're looking at your tires and the outsides are pretty good treads and the middle tread is wearing down quickly, it's a very good indication that you have too much air in the tire. The same thing works if you have too little air. The center is sticking back and the two outside edges are sticking, so the two outside edges will be wearing and the center won't be. It's an indication that you've driven a long time with a low or underinflated tire. Underinflated tires are harder to push down the road, cause more friction, increases fuel consumption. Overinflated tire, obviously you don't have the full tire to road surface contact that you want for driving efficiency and stopping, and so it's a safety issue.
So that's how you check your tire pressure. Thanks, Mike, for all that information. I, for one, did not know all that. So stay with us. We're going to be continuing our car series, and we'll be talking about next time.
Next time we'll talk about a pre-trip inspection, about how you go around your vehicle, the things you should be looking for before you go out on the road, especially with winter coming.
And don't forget, if you have a flat tire, you can always call CAA.